Hey there, Yanni Matson, Vortex Advantage Ag here. Today we're doing a customer spotlight for the Vortex Rover. Today we have Steve Siomiak of Atlas Ag. He's out of Gardnerville, Nevada, which is outside the Reno, Nevada area. And just wanted to kind of walk you through the Vortex Rover. Steve and his investor flew out from Nevada. They looked at the unit. They picked up a T50 and a T60X from us, and as well as the Vortex Rover. And I wanted to give Steve a chance to kind of go through and not so much give you my take on the Vortex Rover, but let Steve kind of talk about why it is he chose the Rover and you know, how he plans on incorporating it into his workflow out in Nevada. So Steve's been working with us for the last 3 months out here in Texas, kind of an apprenticeship. He's already a very experienced drone operator. Did a lot of FPV racing and drones, so he's great on the sticks. He was really just learning more the ag side of it, and he's going to shape out well and do well out in Reno, or out in the Reno area. So Steve, welcome.
How are y'all doing? All right, so I guess we'll just get started. I'm kind of just going to go walk around and basically just show off the rig. We'll start on this side. I believe in Yanni's other video, we got 330-gallon water tank for fresh. Here we got the large drone box. Right now I got the T60X in here. I really like this skid just because of the slides. I think they're great with the no lip on the front of them, and they're super easy to pull out. They come full extension, lock out. And I mean, it's still a little tall to get them out, but it's definitely a lot better than trying to carry it up top or however else you would store it.
600-pound capacity on this as well. So we stand up on this and hand stuff up top as well.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, it's super nice. I think this is probably one of my favorite things about this skid. Next up, we got 240 volt, 50 amp plug right there. Makes it available for ground operations. Personally, I haven't really used it that much, but I think definitely has its spot. Moving to the back over here, we got nice big truck box here. You can keep batteries, kind of just, you know, whatever you want in here. I keep my cooling station, and then remotes and fan, whatever else. I still haven't really fully decided what everything's going to be in here, but I guess I'll figure that out as we go.
We do have a 50-foot Reelcraft hose reel here. We've got 1-inch Coniflex line, or hose rather. We've got the, you know, standard kind of green diesel 1-inch filler, which has auto shut off for filling the drones. I know a lot of guys have said that creates air or foam in the mix. We have not yet experienced that. It's actually kind of a nice touch to be able to be filling the drone while you're swapping batteries and not have to actually hold the lever on. There are other guys that use valves of like a banjo ball valve setup. I've used those. They work great, actually. I'm kind of torn between the two, but for now we're going with the kind of the diesel fuel nozzle. But Reelcraft retractable hose, 1-inch Coniflex, the highest quality hose. It's really, really lightweight and also doesn't tangle and easy to manage.
Yeah, it's very, very durable, very hard to cut. I don't know, I love it. I wouldn't use any other hose. I also like these. We got 3 different light bars on the back of this skid. I still haven't wired them in yet, but that's coming. I think they're gonna make really good for night operations, gonna make good flood lighting. Can't have enough light at night, so.
Hey Steve, real quick, talk about the gate here. We were on the fence on this. My rig here doesn't have a lift gate. His does.
Yeah, I purchased this truck from Enterprise Truck Sales, and it just happened to be one of those things where it was a good price, and it happened to come with the lift gate. In the beginning, I really did not like it, but I've come to realize it's super nice, because if I have all my batteries and stuff sitting in the battery box, what I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll stand on this, and then I'll raise it all the way up, and then all I got to do is pull my batteries and whatever else and just lift it up, put them on top here, and then that way I don't have to either try to climb up the ladder with carrying anything, or have somebody else to try to either toss or hand something up to. Like I said, I really didn't like it in the beginning, but I think it's gonna probably stay for the time being.
Yeah. Cool. Let's work our way around to the generator and the business end of the
Yeah, definitely.
the Rover.
So this is the Kubota 14 kW. It's been a great generator. It's nice and quiet. It's super easy to maintain. It's probably my favorite thing about this, honestly. Nice locking mechanism. You got your oil dipstick here, your fill cap. You got your fuel filter right here, and then you got your oil filter. And then you also have, you can see the nice labeling here, and these are all your drains. Make it super easy. You can just hold a bucket or a jug or whatever next to it.
Pretty cool too that this whole unit has a capture tank at the bottom, that if everything within inside this unit were to drain or leak in some way, it all will go and fit within this unit down here, and you drain that right here.
Yeah,
obviously you don't plan on using that, but
100% spill containment.
cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's move on to the clean load here. So Yanni made this cool system here. You pull a pin, comes down, sits like that, and it's nice and level. Nice right at the, I'd say, perfect height. Honestly, I'm not a super tall guy. I'm about 5'10", but this is perfect height to put the chemicals in here. You got your nice jug rinse, and then you also have the main rinse to clean out the entire system here. It's super easy. I don't have my key fob on me, but you'll see in Yanni's other video. Basically, when the generator's running, you got power to your pump, and we use these little remote keys, on-off switch basically. And what you do is, right now my system's on recirculate. So when you're on recirculate, basically, usually what I do when I'm mixing a hot load is I'll fill it to about here, and then turn off the fresh water, get it back into the recirculating mode. And then when you're pulling chemical into the system, as long as the pump is on, you basically take this red handle down here on the clean load and flip it down. I'm not going to do it right now because what's in the tank will come out, but and then it sucks everything into there. Even if it's dry, like MSM 60, we put, you know, like you could put 3 pounds in here and it'll just suck it right into the tank. Keep it going, and then once I've got all my chemicals in, switch it back over to fresh water and fill the rest of the tank up, and you're ready to rock and roll.
Let's talk about so when we designed this applicator tank here, it's 110 gallon. You can see right here, we've got your valve bank here. And in this valve bank, here's the tank rinse valve. Basically, the tank rinse valve actuates or pushes water onto some sprinklers here and really aggressively washes from the top down into a full sump drain tank. That was by design. I did not want to, like that 330, I would love nothing more than to put 2 330s right here and have 660 gallons. But those 330s are a nightmare to clean out. They're not full drain. So, and they only have an 8-inch manway. Now, this only has an 8-inch manway, but I hardly ever open that because everything gets cleaned out from the top down very nicely with the rinse system here. So we found this thing to be really nice. We do have a backflow preventer right here, which prevents cross-contamination of product back into, if this tank were full or almost full, and the freshwater tank were empty or almost empty, the equilibrium would be off, and basically this would push product into the freshwater tank. So this stops that from happening. Everything is flange fitted, pretty standard with, you know, setups these days, but should you need to replace a valve or a pump or anything, it's really quick and easy with the flange fittings. Definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, we're gonna go up top here in a minute, but this truck is a little bit overkill for this skid, I believe. You could probably get away with like a 350 on bags or something. This is a 550. I kind of just like to future-proof / you know, it's better to keep your rigs not quite at maximum capacity. It's just a little bit easier on the frame and all that. So that's why I decided to go with the 550.
Steve, his skid's a little different in the way it's anchored, but Steve directed our fabricator. You know, when we deliver these skids, they're going to be pretty much just the skid with the frame, because every flatbed is going to have different stake pocket orientation, different ways that it will need to be mounted, but it will be built to fit a standard 11-foot flatbed deck. So Steve, he can talk about what he did here on his, that is a very similar design to ours, but we kind of mimicked each other on this, and it works out awesome. We've got stall mat under here as well for like horse stall mat. We picked up at Tractor Supply, and it provides a nice thing to keep things from squeaking.
Yeah, definitely. The stall mats are a must-have. Yeah, when Yanni was getting this all built up, you know, we were trying to decide on what the best way would be to mount the whole system down, and you know, I saw some different rigs, and I know some of them use, you know, ratchet straps, and personally, coming out of trucking, I don't really like ratchet straps. I try not to use them if I don't have to. And I was kind of sitting there thinking, I was like, you know, they're kind of covered right now, but I got these stake side pockets that are built into the side of this royal bed, and I thought, well, why don't we just put a bar that goes down into the stake pockets, and then you have a pin that you can push through there, and it clips on the other side. I know it looks like you can't get to it, but you can. And that way, if for whatever reason I ever want to use this truck for anything else, you got your forklift pockets here. You just pull your pins out, lift it all up, and you can put it down on the ground or whatnot. And yeah, so.
Rock and roll. Let's go up top. We'll talk about one more thing on the bottom here. I forgot to mention, I really designed this to try to minimize the amount of fresh water it takes to clean it out. So other systems I've had in the past where, you know, the hoses are larger diameter, I instructed the guy who plumbed this for me down at Wiley Sprayers to, you know, let's stick to like 1.25 inch line and really try to minimize the amount of water that we're going to use. Yes, there's a sacrifice on volume of flow, but not really. You know, we do have a 3/4 horse AMT pump, centrifugal self-priming pump on this unit. It's plenty sufficient. We may go up to a 1 horse on future models just to give it a little bit extra draw on the clean load system, as well as a little faster fill. But you know, it's a 55 gallon per minute pump. But when you do incorporate all these larger 1.25 inch lines, sometimes you'll lose a little bit of that 55 gallon a minute. And anyway, so something to think about. We really try to minimize the amount of water that's used to clean out your system at the end of the day. We'll go ahead and go up top and have a look at it.
All right, so now that we're up top, I'm kind of just gonna run through the way that I'm gonna set it up. I don't have a chair up here right now. I have that put away, but basically this pilot protection wallet folds down flat toward the back. And I've been talking with Yanni, and he's trying to figure out something that we could do for some sort of storage up here. And that way we don't have to carry anything up here. We can just leave it up, because I'm sure you guys probably hate it, but I don't like carrying stuff all over the place. And definitely excited to see how he ends up doing.
Yeah, we're kind of, you know, the transition of equipment from down below to up top, whether it be the drone, which we fly up, you deploy the drone out of the box, put it on the ground, throw a battery in it, fly it up top, land it, we're ready to go. Ops are ready. Extend our hose here, which comes up through, and he hangs it right here on this grab bar, and it's very easy to grab and go fill the drone. But batteries, cooling stations, remote controls, all of this type of stuff, I'm thinking on a future iteration, call it 3.0, these things are going to evolve every time we do them. We're going to hear customer feedback. We're using them ourselves. This is our unit right next to us here. We're finding out ways that we can make it even better, and that's our goal, is to bring the Rover to a level that it just can't be any better. So one of those things is minimizing the amount of transfer of stuff from below to up top. So right now, like Steve was saying, I mean, we've even thought about putting a recessed box that's deep enough to be able to put everything in, like your charging stations, your cooling towers rather, your batteries, your remotes, and have it be weatherproof, like a WeatherGuard box or a Chandler Truck Accessories box like we have. Whether that gets transferred to here or just stays there, we don't know yet, but for now this works really good.
Yeah.
How are you setting it up currently, Steve, in terms of your operations? Where are you putting what?
I mean, as far as for the T60X or the T50, usually what I'll do is I keep my chair right here. I usually put my C10,000 kind of like right over here in this corner area, and then I run the cord up under this pilot wall and put my cooling tower sideways in here. That seems to be the best for me.
And you create a little bit of a rotation, right? Your dead batteries over there.
Yeah, dead batteries stay on over on the driver's side. Fresh batteries usually come right here. I try not to stack them out too far. I don't want to, have a trip hazard, but yeah. And then right here you have another outlet for 240 50 amp, and then you have 110. I believe that's a 20 amp circuit for charging your controllers, phone, whatever it is, comms, you name it. I put my Starlink up here. I'm trying to find a little bit of a better spot for it, but as y'all know, this all folds down, so I tried to put it in a nice spot that was kind of out of the way. I don't see any issues with the railing or the umbrella being above it on connectivity or anything. Personally, I just like having the Starlink always on, not only for, it's not necessarily for like watching YouTube or anything. It's more of it's kind of a safety thing. Always having communication if anything was to go wrong, God forbid. But yeah.
Wi-Fi cell, like when you're at home, you enable Wi-Fi calling on your settings of your phone. Same thing out here. Yeah. We've been in extremely rural areas before here in Texas, down in Southwest Texas, down by the border, where you would not have cell service otherwise, but because you have Starlink and you have Wi-Fi calling enabled, you do. Yeah. So like Steve was mentioning, if there's an emergency or whatever, you can at least get on the horn and call 911. The umbrella is a pipeline or cloud, pretty standard in the drone game. One thing I really like, and this kind of just happened this way, but the edge of the umbrella pretty much lines up with this operator wall right here, protection wall. So it's not necessarily a concern for the drone coming in and landing. Let me talk about that real quick too. Casey, if you could just come around here and swing around this side. We're looking at the deck here. It's roughly 12 feet. I land my P-150s, my XAGs, which are a very large drone, up here, and it can be done very safely if the operator is extremely safe. We have a protocol when the drone is coming in. We call out bogey, and that means, everyone knows that there's a bogey inbound. That's the drone. When it's going to take off, the person filling and the person swapping the batteries is, when he's done, he walks back, and as he's clear of the area, he'll say clear, and then the pilot or the drone operator will say clear back, and then that lets everyone know on the deck that the drone will be taken off. One more thing, and I know we're kind of getting into operation stuff here. I should do a separate video of this, but always landing the drone in the same orientation up on a deck operation like this. Yeah. Meaning, I don't care if you're flying that field over there or that field over there or that field over there. I always land the drone facing the same way. Yep. And there's a reason for that. It develops repetitive stick behaviors. So you really get super tuned in on landing the drone the same exact way. I'm a pilot, so I fly airplanes, and I kind of take a like downwind base to final approach and bring the drone in this way, and I land with the nose facing that way every time. Even if, again, the field's that way. The XAG in RTK will land with, if it's working this field, it'll always land in RTK with facing the field it's flying. I don't know if does DJI do that? I don't think it does. Or does it?
No, I don't think so. I think it lands in the same orientation it took off in.
Got it.
I could be wrong on that, but
I think you're right. Yeah, if I recall. So anyway, just a way to make it safe. Also, we are going to incorporate an option for this to have a 3-foot section right here that folds out. It most likely will fold from the top. We don't know. It may fold from the bottom, but I think it'll fold from the top and add an additional 3 feet to this landing area here, which will further increase safety. One last thing, we've got these, I'm actually gonna be putting 4 of these. They're like restaurant kitchen mats that you get at Home Depot. They're about 40 bucks a piece. Having 4 of these puzzle pieced together right here in the rear is game changing. We were trying to land the drone up here, and if it's windy at all, the things, while the propellers are spinning down, the thing starts walking a little bit on the deck. You don't want that. When it hits these, it's like glue. It just sticks right to it.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think? Anything else we can add here, Steve?
I think that's it for me, honestly. I mean, it's a pretty simple setup up here. Obviously, there's some, you got to have your pilot protection wall just because these drones are big and it can be kind of dangerous landing up here. You got to be able to you got to be on your A game and constantly keeping your eyes on the drone, no like turning your back to it when it's landing or anything.
Yeah, that's key, really. This landing up top on a truck bed setup is not for a beginner operator, for sure. You want to start and have your guys working down below until they get pro with it down below. Bring it up top, and if once they're experienced to that level, we can bring it up top and start landing up top. But you know, again, I think having the additional 3 feet will make it further safe.
And there are safe ways of doing it. It just, like I said, you got to be on your A game and watching. Because I mean, they are, you know, these drones are relatively safe as far as, you know, they're probably not going to come and get you, you know, but they are computers. You know, they do have faults and there is issues at times, so you definitely want to be aware of those.
Perfect. Well, with big thanks to Steve. He's leaving back to Nevada on Wednesday. Today is Saturday, and you know, he's been a huge help for Vortex. He's filled in when we needed some help this year. We're coming to the end of our herbicide application season, and we'll be shifting into kind of fall winter ops here, but we'll be sad to see him go, but he's on to bigger and better things out in Nevada. Again, Steve Siomiak, Atlas Ag. If you're in the Nevada area and you're looking to get aerial application done, Steve's 25-year-old young professional. He'll get it done for you. And we're thankful to have him here.
Yeah, no,
Steve,
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great working with you, honestly.
Awesome. Well, like, subscribe. If you have any comments, if you want us to bring other content, please go ahead and let us know what you'd like. If you'd like to see something else on this unit, let us know. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it.